Boomer Sooner.
Runs it himself right up the middle, has a whole 45-40. Watch out, he's in the clear. 30, tricked up at the 25-yard line, or he would have gone the whole way. Deep shot fluttering around the 15-yard line. It's caught, wrapped up, stopped. You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Sooner magic still works in the SEC.
Welcome to the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue on the Sooner Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Also brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. And by the Trails Golf Club, where members become family. Now, the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle.
Let's go, baby. It's the greatest week of the year. It's OU Texas week. We'll take that trip down to I-35 on Friday. Get ready for a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, I'm going down Thursday.
Oh, we both are going down Thursday. Let's
Ted,
go.
I'm riding with Ted. We'll get there quick.
Yeah, if you're riding with Ted, you got to be on the lookout. You got to be watching out for the OHP. Be soft on Ted this weekend, guys. He likes to get down there fast. But welcome. It's a great day. We're going to look back on Saturday, but Gabe, Josh, I think we know what this is all about. And by the way, everybody, say hello to Gabe Eichert, of course, All-World Center, and of Josh Norman, 2000 national champion. My excitement got me a little bit carried away in forgetting to actually introduce everyone. But
it's OU Texas week. It's completely understandable.
Well, but see, that's the thing. It's one of those weeks where all those analogies, like I don't even know if it's an analogy, are wordsmithing. Throw the records out the window. Nothing matters before today. Kind of fits because OU Texas is all about.
Texas is 3-2. We're 5-0.
Don't throw those records
I'd much rather have our record than theirs. I'd like to keep that as records. We'll talk about that.
It's an exciting week, man.
No doubt.
Bottom line, more than anything else.
No doubt.
Well, guys, welcome into the Huddle. Brent Venables is coming up in less than an hour from now, but we've got a little work to do before we get there. So welcome to our opening segment brought to you by Family-Owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes. Yes, we have a big game coming up on Saturday. Yes, it's OU Texas. But first, we must look back.
Before we get into that, I just want to make a very clear statement that I hate Texas.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Continue.
Just want to clarify things
Just
there.
want to point that out.
I also would like to make the statement that I hate Texas.
All right. Good to know. Good to know, brother.
Give me a stiff one, brother. Come on, give me a stiff one. Yeah.
Well, on Saturday afternoon, we saw the Sooners roll Kent State, who came in as a team that had struggled, maybe is a nice way to put it, 1-3 on the season. In fact, struggled so much they didn't play their regular starting quarterback, which was weird.
That was crazy.
How crazy was that?
Healthy scratch, just to make sure that he would be ready
Drew
to go.
DeShields is their normal starter's name. He was kind of limping on the field.
Yeah, we saw him go by us.
But I think that I tried to reason why they did what they did, and my guess is that Mark Carney is an interim head coach there at Kent State. He knows if he's going to keep that job, he's got to go win some games and MAC play.
Absolutely.
And I think you saw very quickly that it maybe was the right decision.
Was it?
The backup was getting destroyed, Josh.
So you're saying that he made this decision to protect his starting quarterback?
That's 100% why he did. Yeah.
That's what the
he saw what happened to Jackson Arnold, and he was like, no, not my guy.
No way. I find that if that's the truth,
I almost respect it, you know?
I cannot respect that, man. I cannot
I'm not
respect
saying
that.
I would do it, but if Drew DeShields goes out and lights it up in MAC play, he may look like a genius. I'm just saying.
Why not get him ready against the best defense in the country?
Because he can't win you MAC games if he gets broken in half.
I mean, that's fair. If that's the truth, that's a bold decision to make.
Did you see our Mason Thomas hit that guy with the inside move?
I did, but
we
still.
scored on defense, by the way.
By the way,
how about
turnover.
that? Turnovers.
We got a takeaway. I'm sure Brent Venables is going to be happy about that. But before we dive into the defense, guys, let's spend some time talking about the offense. Gabe, I think you've made some of your opinions known on the Oklahoma breakdown about the play of the offensive line. You weren't very happy about it.
I was not.
But Michael Hawkins, let's kind of dive into. He did some things that weren't typically Michael Hawkins Jr. type things, but overall, how did he handle it?
I know he can play better than the way that he played on Saturday. And I want to point something out, and Michael Hawkins does not need me to make excuses for him. His first throw of the game, he puts too much air under it, and Keontez Lewis goes headfirst into a brick wall.
God bless.
And that is, I know that you want to say, hey, you got to forget about that. You got to go out there and play. You got to execute. But, like, he's a human
that'll
being.
get in your head, man.
It shook me up.
Yeah.
I was over there.
You were right on.
Yeah, I saw you.
And I was, that's as bad as scary as of a situation as I can remember at a football game.
No question. I mean, it's one thing if he gets up, but the fact that they had to bring the stretcher out.
Yeah, he's going off on a back brace.
Yeah,
like, you have to realize that was his first throw of the game.
Yeah.
I think that
get in your head.
affected. Once again, I'm not here to make excuses for Mike, but
Sure.
it affected me just calling the game on the radio as on the sideline. I can only imagine how it affected him mentally, and part of me thinks that affected the way that he played in this game. Just having that moment, that scary moment at the start. But the bottom line is, he is better than the way that he played in
Agreed.
that game.
Yeah.
His mechanics, and I'm not a quarterback guru, but his mechanics seemed all over the place to me. And that's not what I have seen from him in spring practice and in training camp. His mechanics looked much better than they did a year ago. Really were cleaned up. I know that Arbuckle and Coach Kuz have worked hard on that, getting him to be more disciplined with his feet. And I don't know what went wrong. It just was a little all over the place for him, and that's why you saw the inaccuracies that you saw from him.
Yeah, I attribute that to one. Let me say that it falls on him.
No doubt.
Yeah,
well, also,
point blank.
let me say, this offensive line has been tremendous in pass protection.
Absolutely.
So I was
up until this week.
Correct. He was under way too much pressure.
I would attribute some of that to the lack of protection that he had up front.
100% agree.
Just being uncomfortable. I mean, especially with your first start of the year, you're working a new system. It's important that you just feel comfortable in the pocket.
Well, I was hoping that we would get to see Mike Hawkins operate the offense similarly to what we've seen from John Mateer.
Yep.
Right.
In the pocket, comfortable, well protected, going through progressions, making decisions based on coverage. And we really didn't get to see a lot of that at all.
Absolutely.
Because the protection just did not hold up very well, which was very surprising.
I'll give credit to Kent State. Some of the blitz packages that they put together were well put together packages.
Their 6-up stuff is with their twist games and pick games. It's good, but
it's good stuff. But
you knew it was coming.
Absolutely, it's nothing that we shouldn't be able to protect. But you still got to give them credit for scheming it up and creating issues for us. Nevertheless, Mike has to be better. I mean, I agree. He's better than what he showed.
No doubt.
On Saturday. But luckily, he has another week under his belt. Hopefully, we can get the situation shored up on the front line to perform better. The thing that I am excited about, everybody pretty much knows where it's coming from.
Yeah.
We ran the ball better. We were more efficient on the run game.
It was better.
We produced more on the run game. I take that back. We weren't as efficient as we should be, but we were more productive. That's what I was trying to get to.
My thing is the run game. At this point, we know the strength of this offense. It's John Mateer back there in empty or with a running back next to him, spreading the other team out and throwing the football. That's what the strength of this team is.
Yep.
But the thing that, again, I was disappointed in was the lack of explosive runs in the game.
Yep.
It's Kent State.
Yep.
I mean, Florida State had almost 800 yards of offense against that defense. Texas Tech had over 600 yards of offense against that defense. And our longest run of the day by a running back was 18 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It needs to be more dynamic, more explosive. And that starts up front with the offensive line.
Yeah.
And that's why, as a former offensive lineman, I blame the offensive line for everything when things don't go wrong. When things go wrong offensively, that's just how I'm wired because that's how I was as a player. When we weren't rolling offensively, it was our fault. It was my fault.
No question.
That's
I agree
the
with
life.
that.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the life of an offensive lineman. And I know those guys are capable of playing at a higher level than they played against Kent State. And I expect that against Texas. I do.
Well, real quick in our final minute, you laid out a lot of things. Was there one or two things you could pinpoint as to why you think the line struggled the way it did? Yeah, you got guys that are getting healthier. They're coming off a bye week.
I think it's just the mixed matching that we like, just not having a consistent 5 guys.
I mean, we had the same 5 we had against Michigan out there.
I know, but that was 3 weeks ago.
And Fasusi looked much better physically.
Good.
And I think he's going to look even better against Texas.
Yeah.
Derek Simmons just did not look like himself in this game. I don't know what to attribute that to.
I just think we need continuity, consistent continuity on the front line. And I mean, you know, I mean, you did it at a very high level. And being able to do it with the same 5 guys.
That's huge.
Week in, week out. The communication factor, being able to communicate without using words, just being able to look at each other and be on the same page, that makes a huge difference. And so, to me, that's the issue that we have, is just keeping a starting 5 healthy that we can put out there every single week, every play, that can grow and be cohesive. And what's the word I'm looking for? Have the chemistry that they need.
There's no doubt about it, but there's this stark contrast between what I see from the defensive line and what I see from the offensive line. The defensive line, those dudes are nasty. Yeah. You watch it. You turn it on. It jumps off the TV screen to you. The physicality, the effort, the relentlessness. That group, it was Kent State, but they were chasing something. You could see it. It's easy to see. Yeah. I want to see more of that from the offensive line. That grit, that relentlessness, the physicality, like the strain, all these words you always hear about offensive linemen. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see guys swing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see guys swing. And sometimes when you swing, you miss.
Yeah.
That's football.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're playing a good team like Texas. That's football. But I need these guys swinging more often, like we see from this defensive group.
Yeah, I'd agree with that on the nasty part. I do think that that's one thing that we are lacking on the offensive line, is just a bunch of guys that are nasty.
And it's
part of that probably
nothing dirty or nothing like that. It's just like, hey,
yeah,
go impose your will on someone more often.
Absolutely.
There's not enough guys on the opposing defenses on the ground.
Yeah. This opening segment's been brought to you by Family-Owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes. Let's talk about some of those nasty big guys on the defensive line next. We'll also start getting ready for OU Texas. You're inside the Huddle, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Stick around.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. The Huddle is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Cardsman to throw. Looks right. Hit. Ball's loose. Rolling around. Scooped up. Touchdown. Amazing. Grayson Holton scooped and scored. Or Mason Thomas hit Parchman. Forced the ball out. And the first turnover of the season is a
Let's go, G, baby.
Look at them crazy.
Yeah, man.
What did he tell you after the game on the field? that he had his dance, and they were kind of
they got in his way,
but his style too much.
He thought he was going to have more space. It kind of turned into a dance circle. I like it. Kind of like on when you're at a wedding reception.
Oh yeah,
dance circle forms. That's kind of what it reminded me of. Everyone having a good time.
Shortest touchdown ever, man. He took one step into the end zone with a guy hanging on him.
Which again, the last turnover that Oklahoma had forced was a Grayson Halton forced fumble that our Mason Thomas picked up and took it for a touchdown against LSU. Right, he took care of it.
Wow.
Hey, this segment is presented by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. You are tuned into the Huddle. That's Josh Norman. He's Gabe Eichert. I'm Chris Plank. And guys, let's talk about the defense a bit. I mean, Gabe, I'll start with you. Just getting that concern, that question that Brent Venables called it pathetic last week that they hadn't forced a turnover yet. Two of them. To get a pretty big deal, I think, confidence-wise for this defense. Not like they needed much more.
No, and this group had been playing fantastic football despite not forcing a turnover until the 5th game of the season. But now I feel like that was this storyline that was like the only negative thing hanging over this group.
I'll take it.
And now it's gone.
Yeah.
And now it's gone. Yeah. Hey, they got a couple turnovers. Now we can move on. And talk about, there's almost too many categories that they're ranked number 1 in the country to mention, but it's a lot. And this group has been as good as any defense in the country up to this point. Now, we all know it's about to get much more difficult over this SEC stretch of play. We're going to see some dynamic offenses. This defense is going to be tested in ways it hasn't been tested so far this season, but so far so good, Josh Norman.
No question, man. I mean, yeah, you're spot on. We're going to be tested more, but to me, it's like only gives the defense and Coach V the opportunity to prove even more how elite of a defense we are. It's like, what we're doing, like. I keep on saying it. We go back to the defensive line or into the trenches, so offensive line, defensive line. When you're dominant there, it is hard to do anything on the offensive side of the ball. If you're facing a dominant defensive line, it is hard as an offensive play caller to call plays because you got 4 guys that you got to deal with before you even think about dealing with the other 7 guys. And so with the way that our defensive line is playing, I keep on saying it every week, the depth that we have, the physicality we're playing with, the dominance we're playing with, the fact that we're living in the backfield, it's going to be hard for any offense to deal with that. And it's just going to create more opportunities for the guys on the back end to make plays.
Defensive line play, I think that everyone looks at sacks, right? And that's clearly very, very important. I've always been a TFL guy because I think if you're playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, whether they're passing or running, like if you're playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, it's going to be reflected in the TFL number.
Yeah. We're creating a new line of scrimmage.
OU has 50 tackles for loss.
13 each in the last 2 games.
50 in 5 games. It's number 1 in the country.
Well, yeah.
Technically, if you're looking at the full number, Duke has 51. They've played 1 more game than us.
Ah, okay.
But when you look at tackles for loss per game, OU's number 1 in the country. 10.
Unreal.
I think that is a great indicator of just how good this front 7 and especially this defensive line have been.
All right, we got about 5 minutes left in this segment, so let's wrap up everything from this game Saturday so we can move on to OU Texas. First, David Stone. We talked to him post-game. Made his first start. Josh Norman, he's really becoming something special.
He was a 5-star?
Yeah, maybe a 6-star.
That's what I'm told. That's what I was told.
He's playing like an 8-star right now.
I give more stars.
No, I mean, y'all know I love these kids, man. And you know that I love seeing the fact that he stayed because he entered the portal.
He entered the portal
technically,
after spring,
I believe so.
Yeah, he did. And but decided to stay, came back, and it's paying off. It's paying huge dividends for him. It's paying huge dividends for us. But yeah, I mean, the kid is one of the smartest kids you'll ever meet, one of the most intelligent kids you'll ever meet. and now he's showing how dominant he is and why he was such a big deal for us to get. I mean, between him, Jay Jackson, Grayson Halton, and Dominic Williams, like, God dang, man. Like, I'm serious, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's been a long time. I can't think of another defensive line that we've had that's this good. You could say the Dusty Dvorak, the Tommy Harris, and Dan Cody. Like, that whole defensive line was phenomenal. You go back to the Selman brothers, that defensive line. I think this defensive line can be compared to any of those dating back to even the Selman brothers.
It's good. It's been impressive. And, again, it's Kent State, but they did it without Jane Jackson and Dom Williams, who set out, though, from every indication we've received, they're good to go for OU Texas. And we'll talk to Brent Venables about that in a bit. And then the never talked about, often forgotten about special teams.
Whoa.
Yeah. We got to interview Tate Sandell after the game.
Hey, man.
I don't know what that accent is.
I don't know, but it's awesome.
It's amazing. And
man, it's not the driving range. I was just like, wait, you don't know how kickers sound. You never interview kickers. He was
awesome.
A fantastic interview, but that 55-yarder was into a pretty stiff wind.
Yeah.
And that thing would have been good from at least 65.
It was good.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It was impressive.
That dude got a leg.
Yeah,
which is what you're
got
looking
me
for
excited.
in a kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the truth is, with this gauntlet that we're getting ready to go into, he's going to have the opportunity to win the game for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to have a guy with a leg like that is going to win a game for us.
It's a big deal. And you combine, I think, clearly the defense has been fantastic. But Grayson Miller has had a large role in just how good the defense has been. All that dude does is launch missiles and pin the other team deep in their territory. He has been arguably, I don't dive into punter stats very often.
Here we are, though.
You're going to have a very tough time convincing me that there's been a better punter in the country than Grayson Miller. I don't know how to start a Ray Guy campaign for a guy, but we need to do it. He's been awesome. Awesome.
Every time I see him, because obviously we're blessed to be on the sideline.
It's hard to miss that mustache.
Yeah, it's hard to miss the mustache, and then you'll kind of lose him because you'll see all the trees, and then all of a sudden, here comes this little guy. Doesn't look like he belongs on the sideline.
I got a story for you.
He's great.
I got a story for you. I was talking to a prominent OU donor before the game, and he was like, which one's the punter that's been just crushing the ball? And I went, the smallest one. Because he's like, he looks like a kicker. Like, you're like, yeah, that guy's definitely a kicker. But his ability to just hammer the football is fantastic. And we saw him bust out the wedge.
Yeah, it looked good.
How about
pin
that?
Him deep. Like that's as good as it gets. He's been amazing for this team.
Yeah. What did Coach Venables call him? A crawl on instead of a walk on. He was a crawl on. And look what he's become.
We may be calling him a Ray Guy Award winner by the end of the year.
And then one more special teams note, Josh. We saw Isaiah Satania struggle with some punt catches. What was that? The second game of the year against Michigan. He's firmed that up, and we see the explosive guy he can be returning punts.
No question about it. Now, the truth be told, like, him being a high school track star and a 10-2 guy, I've been waiting to see that and got the chance to see that this week, man. And I just think it's a matter of everyone else on the field, the other 10 guys on the field. Are they giving him enough time to catch the ball, to secure the ball, secure the catch, and find a way to get up the field? And he was able to do that this week, and he looked really good. It's something that we're going to need. A lot of times we only talk about the offense and the defense, and we talk about the kickers making field goals, like things that equate to points. But something as simple as just catching a punt at the 35-yard line instead of letting it hit the ground and roll into the 10-yard line, that makes a big deal. And then if we can catch that ball and get positive yards after the catch, hopefully convert that to some points, that'll be a big deal for us going into SEC play.
I have always felt that special teams kind of reflects the culture of your program. Now, you got to have a certain level of talent to have really good special teams units. We know that at Oklahoma, we have enough talent to be really, really good on special teams. But it's about building that culture of going out there. And when you have a job, you may not be getting the reps on offense and defense that you want to get. Go do your job at the highest level possible.
That's how I made the team.
And that's
the only way I made the team going into the league. It's like I'm number 5 on the depth chart playing tight end, never played there. And they're like, hey, can you contribute on special teams? Okay. And that's how I made the team.
Guess I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But and you hear Venables talk about they got a lot of guys on teams with a case of the once.
Yep.
In that effort, the once, it shows up. You can see it. The guys straining on punt return. The guys hauling down the field on kickoff cover. The effort, the intensity, the physicality, the want to really stands out on special teams right now for Oklahoma. And it's exciting because it's a massive, massive phase of the game.
Yeah, doesn't get talked about enough. So there's a lot of time in our second segment here, brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today to really focus on special teams. All right, OU Texas preview the rest of the way. Stick around. You're inside the huddle. We're live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. The show is brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Stick around.
The Huddle is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time. OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy.
Satania sent in motion. There's the snap. Hawkins blitz is on. Has a pocket. Now he's surrounded. Escapes out the right. Flings it downfield. He's got Satania behind the defense. Caught it. Touchdown. Wow. He had 2 golden flashes tugging at his uniform, and somehow he got rid of the football, threw it 35 yards downfield into the waiting arms of Isaiah Satania.
I think you said it afterwards when we were talking to Coach Buck, Ben Arbuckle. Isaiah Satania was the best player on the field.
Looked fantastic.
He was awesome.
And he finally looked 100% to me. Remember, he was banged up at the end of training camp. He hadn't really got to a point where the speed I saw in his most productive games at Arkansas when I was watching him when we got him out of the portal, and he looked that way against Kent State. He was flying around the field.
Yeah, he looked great. Fun to see. Great. Throw it up. What's was it Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase down there somewhere?
He's down there somewhere.
He's down there somewhere. He just threw it up to him. Hey, the segment's being brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. And let's look at Saturday. It's time for our upcoming Sooner schedule and our opponent preview. Brought to you by One Oklahoma. One Oklahoma powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan field, athlete focused. A game that doesn't need more hype, doesn't need much more conversations, except just learning what Texas is all about, Gabe Eichert.
Where do you want to start?
Start Texas offense and Arch Manning.
He's been okay.
He
hasn't been as bad as some people want to make out to be, but he's not been great. Clearly, compared to expectations,
which were unreachable.
He has not been good. But the problem is not Arch necessarily. It's
O-line.
It's everything around him.
Yeah.
They can't run the ball. They have struggled to run the ball. In fact, they struggled so much, and I know they got in a hole against Florida, but Sarkisian kind of abandoned it. Mm-hmm. And they have taken a significant step back along the offensive line. I thought it was interesting that they didn't try to address any offensive line needs in the transfer portal when they sent those 4 guys to the NFL after last year. But I was kind of under the impression that they felt great about the development and the talent that they had in the room, and those guys just are not playing well. And what's the best way to put this? Their left guards stink.
I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but that is a way to put it.
I don't know if it's not a nice way of putting it, but they have a left guard problem.
Okay.
And they've tried 3 different guys. 79, 71, 72. All can't get it done. They've got a problem. And I know if I see it, then Brent Venables sees it.
Right.
I can only imagine how David Stone and Grayson Halton, those guys are feeling, going, oh boy, yeah, we're going to attack this guy. So that has been a big, big problem for them. Some of Arch Manning's best plays in the Florida game, and he got sacked 6 times.
6.
He should have gotten sacked 12. There's a couple of his best plays in that game. Mm-hmm. His touchdown to Ryan Wingo, his left guard doesn't even touch the guy.
Wow.
He gets out of the sack and just launches it to Wingo for a touchdown. It's a great play by Arch. But he was under constant pressure against Florida. Got sacked 6 times, probably got pressured 15, and should have been sacked at least 10. I mean, it was Florida got after them up front, brother.
Here's my deal about Arch Manning is if you just remove the name from his jersey and replace it with whatever, Smith. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
Well, we'd be having the conversation today because we play Texas. Yeah.
Yes, today. But outside of that,
nationally,
I understand what you're saying.
Conversation, and I believe it or not, I feel bad for the kid, but he's just not. It's a reason he sat behind Quinn Ewers the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And so
some people owe that man an apology.
Absolutely, no question about it. But nevertheless, I love it for Texas. I love the fact that they are 3-2. I love the fact that they just got it handed to them from Florida. But the one thing that I will caution us and all of Sooner Nation, including the players, is none of that matters in this game. Whether we were 5-0 and they were 0-5, none of that matters going into this game. They're coming out with a point to prove that they think that they're still, Texas, with whatever that means, and that they think that they're better than us. And so what I want to see is us dominate on both sides of the ball like we're capable of doing, because we are capable of dominating them. I think, defensively we've shown that we're able to play at a very high level against them, even last year when they had a phenomenal team. And so what I want to see is us go out and dominate, just to prove, not to prove to ourselves, but to prove to everyone else who we are and the type of team we are, the type of the level of elite players, the level of elite coaching that we have here right now.
Numbers are jaw-dropping, man. Number 2 in points per game allowed, 7.2 for the Oklahoma defense. Only giving up, 193 yards per game. And they are tops in all of college football in sacks per game. But the thing you notice, Texas, pretty impressive defense too. So let's get a break.
Very good.
Let's get a break. We'll talk about the Texas defense when we come back. Our opponent preview is brought to you by One Oklahoma. One Oklahoma powered by Sooner Sports Properties, Fan Field, Athlete Focus. You're inside the Huddle. The Huddle, as always, is presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. When we come back, let's talk about that Texas defense versus the Oklahoma offense, live from Rudy's.
The Huddle is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Trails Golf Club of Norman, where members become family. Inquire today at trailsgolf.com. OU's 2025 football games are available on Ritmo 96.5 FM in Oklahoma City and 101.5 FM El Patron in Tulsa, as well as on these stations' websites. Each OU Spanish broadcast will feature a 30-minute pregame show and a 15-minute postgame show.
Cardsman, delayed hand. Nope, he's going to throw a slant pattern. It's intercepted. Intercepted. Jaden Hardy. Uh-oh, they opened the turnover valve, Ted, and here they come.
Jade Hardy with his first career interception, 2 takeaways for the Sooners.
Good play.
A big day, yeah, really big-time play. Hey, you're inside the huddle, presented by Air Comfort Solutions. They also bring you segment 4 here. Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. All right, Gabe, let's spend some time talking about Texas's defense as we continue our one Oklahoma opponent preview. Really good statistically, and done a pretty good job overall this year. What have you seen from them?
They're a 3-2 football team. It is not the defense's fault. They've been really good on defense for several years now. Really talented at the line of scrimmage. They brought in a bunch of portal guys to address the defensive tackle position. Those guys are solid. They're not as good as the guys they've had the last 2 seasons, who were all draft picks.
Playing in the NFL right now.
They don't have anyone that's dynamic like Byron Murphy was a couple years ago. They don't have a complete game wrecker in the middle like T'Vondre Sweat was.
The linebacker Hill, he can play.
Oh,
Anthony Hill.
But he don't play D-line.
Oh, you talking about D-line. I thought you were just talking about
he is a very good player. One of the things that I have noticed studying their defense, they remove Anthony Hill from the core quite a bit, which is surprising to me because he's their best player. And he's an inside backer. Especially, I will be very, very surprised if we don't play a lot of the game in 3-by-1 formations. It's what I would do if I was. If he plays over number 3 in 3-by-1. They play him. He essentially is in a nickel position. If it's 3-by-1 to the field, if you've got your trips to the field, they bring a safety, and this has been, it's not 100% of the time, but it's a lot of the time. And they roll a safety down, Jelani McDonald, and they play him as an inside backer. And they play Anthony Hill out in space. I know our run game hasn't been great.
Right.
But if you can't run it into a 6-man box when one of the inside backers is a safety, then I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of – I haven't watched all of the games like you have, every play of all the games you have.
I'm a weirdo.
I mean, you got time. But no, a lot of times that I've seen them, they've used them, especially on rush downs. They'll walk him up to the line and use him as a
play
pass
him over
rusher.
a guard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which he does a great job. He's a great pass rusher. And so, nevertheless, just overall, they have a really good defense.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's going to be a challenge for us, no question about it.
You can make fun of Texas all you want. They're 3-2. You are what your record says you are. But the defense is solid. They got a good group. Defensive line is solid. Colin Simmons, statistically not having maybe the type of year he was hoping to have, he's still really very, very disruptive. We have to change the snap count for him. He is as good as I've seen at timing up the snap in college football. He has an elite get off, and he's willing to take some risks.
Yeah.
Like he jumps that thing. He's had a few offsides this year, but he's going to jump the ball. So especially early in the game, you got to change the snap count up to get him a little hesitant to jump the snap.
Guy?
What'd you say?
Is he a field side guy?
Hey, he'll play mainly over our right tackle.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, we got about 30 seconds left for What's Your Beef, Gabe. It's brought to you by Didier Ranch. Didier Ranch's premium ranch-raised beef can be shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. Visit DidierRanch.com. That's DIDIER Ranch.com to order. Didier Ranch, tradition tastes better. What's your beef?
Do you see what Auburn's doing next year with that Baylor game?
No.
From the way that I understand it, it was supposed to. So they went to Waco this year.
All right, and then Baylor's going to come to Auburn next year, right?
No, they're not. They're playing the game in Atlanta.
What?
They said, this is how I understood it, and I'm kind of dumb, so if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry. But the quotes that I saw were Auburn has moved the game because it's going to give their players a lot of NIL opportunities.
Okay. What?
In conjunction with like a partnership with Aflac and the Peach Bowl, and like it's going to be the kickoff classic game now.
Huh.
Well, kudos to them for thinking outside the box for their players.
But you're taking away a home game?
Yeah, that's crazy.
If I'm an Auburn fan, I'm like, what?
Yeah, the expense of that, too,
I don't
on the program.
I think it's supposed to be like several $1 million. Like, it's supposed to be a big deal, but I didn't think we'd get to the point to where NIL was determining the location of games.
Here we are, though.
This is
mid-season.
Yeah.
Could you
game.
imagine, like, how excited are you? How excited are we to go to the Big House next year?
Oh, absolutely.
Could you imagine if Michigan came out like, no, we're playing that at Ford Field in Detroit?
No, we're going
I would be
there.
like, no, you're not.
That's what's your beef. Stick around.
I was not a fan of that.
Not a good call. What's your beef with Gabe? We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the huddle live from Rudy's. Brent Venables coming up next.
The Huddle is brought to you by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either Sirius XM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free.
What is this? This is Josh
Oh,
Norman.
my gosh.
Feed that man the
2000
football.
OU
Why
Texas.
is it so grainy?
Because you're old, fam.
Oh, look at that.
Hey,
that
I
was,
see the hands, though, bro.
that was a nasty day.
Why
Weather-wise,
was that?
but
Why
an
were your
awesome
shoulder
day.
pads?
Hey, look at this dude.
Hold on.
Look at this
I'm
guy.
I was
left
a running
guard.
back, bro.
I'm playing left guard. That's old. That's 2010.
Look at there, man.
Gabe just moving people, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
moving
Gabe.
people. That's awesome.
See, this is why you can't let other people pick O-line highlights.
Oh, really?
You just
No,
picked
right.
a fullback dive? What are we doing?
Who chose those plays?
Next time, just consult me. I'll find some good ones.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome. But a great experience, guys. You've lived it. That moment walking in the tunnel. Just
Special
yeah,
time,
it
man.
is. It is.
I can't wait.
It's
Seriously.
funny,
Get
I
down
don't even remember those plays. That's what's crazy. Somebody asked me earlier for my best plays in Texas, and the only ones I could think about was the times where we ran screen plays, and I drugged their defensive line or defensive backs under the bench. The bench. And
Yeah, by
those
the
are
way,
the
our
fun times.
Final segment's been brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman, where members become family. Inquire today at trailsgolf.com. Boomer Sooner,
Let's
everybody.
get it.
Should have said like this the whole show.
Live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle has been presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Also brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. And by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Sooner Sports Network.